What's your level of concern for the Chiefs, Chris?
I'm concerned about them. I think coming in this year, you look at this team and you say they're not gonna win the same way that they have in the past. Like, right. But the interesting thing is, yeah, they're not going to be high flying. They got the same guys outside they had last year, minus like Juju. So something's changed, whether it's the departure of Eric Bieniemy, or I know Andy Reid's the play caller, but Matt Nagy and these guys, they have an effect on the game and how you're preparing and situational football. And I know it's a group effort, and something's missing. And I personally think if you're the Chiefs, the number one thing you have to do is figure out who the wide receivers are that you can trust. Last week, they had 4 guys over 50% of the snaps. First time all year. I thought they were starting to figure some things out, but a lot of Sky Moore. And I know that Veach hasn't had a great run of setting the table for Patrick Mahomes, but there's no need to hang on to this thing with Sky Moore. I know Tony is completely undependable, but at least he has some upside. MVS is not perfect, but he's not a negative like Sky Moore has been at times in the offense. And I think Rashee Rice needs the ball more. So
do you put that last pick on him? The one where Mahomes left it out there towards the sideline, and the defender ran the route better? Okay.
I can't say for sure. Listen, I don't want to cape for Patrick when he makes that mistake.
Right.
If I'm not positive that the wide receiver's dead wrong, but to me, there's too many instances where you're like, is the receiver running the right route there? Like, Mahomes is not a guy who puts the ball in the wrong spot a lot. And there's been plenty of situations where I'm like, is somebody on the wrong page here? I think people are going to make it like the sky's falling with Green Bay. Been listening to this for a couple weeks and the whole thing. I don't think they're going to look right until they get Nick Bolton back.
Mm-hmm.
I worry about the secondary, having to put Mitchell in there, who looked turned around on that heave with Chris Jones bearing down on Jordan Love. But more than anything, people are going to make a big deal about the offense. Until the end of the third quarter, their drives were all 70 yards. They kicked field goals early in the game. For a stretch, they actually look like, if you're going to tell me they can't make it work, I don't believe you. I think they can make it work. But they have to capitalize when they get in the red zone, and they have to work through some of these issues. But as evidenced by the middle of that football game, I don't think there were a bunch of 3-and-outs or bad possessions. They just had to. I think they wasted that possession late in the game where they were down like 5. They took a shot on 2nd and 8. Just keep running the ball. So as bad as I want to put it on the players, I don't think there's anything they can't overcome, but the scheme has to be better. And I'll say this, in the AFC, there is no San Francisco. So my panic level for them is not going to be that high, because any of those 4 teams now can punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. Like Jacksonville, Kansas City, Baltimore, Miami, they're all in the same group. I think before the last month of the season, I thought it was Kansas City and the road went through Arrowhead, and I still think that can happen. When you look at the schedules down the stretch, they have an easy stretch. If they beat Buffalo, I think they're going to have home field, but they're in the pack now.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.